Hey Ape Nation, how you doing? This is Jim Marin from the Great Canadian Apes. Good to see you guys. Little disclaimer to start out. There won't be any video editing because James is really sick. I'm going to give this a go. Please accept our apologies. We just want to get something out for you. So today's price action down 10%. Boxing Day specials are definitely on, likely all week. We'll have Vortex and Fintel short squeeze data. PROG is back on the leaderboard. An in-depth look at Ethereum's last purchase and how this relates to current prices. Hedges continue to short, and retailers, some are selling due to tax reasons. A look at how the weekly options are and the target price point for the hedges. We'll give you our price target for the week. And very important, we want your votes for the top 10 meme stocks for the year 2021. We want you to tell us how you would define a meme stock. PROG's looking very good long term, not financial advice. So, what meme stocks do you think should make the top 10 list in 2021? Please type into the comment section your picks. Now, for us, we believe that a meme stock is one that was unjustifiably shorted by hedge fund companies, sometimes to the extent that they would be bringing undue harm to the company. Then, this then became known by retail investors who came together, like we do, as a group through social media to support the stock and to make money. The criterion for the top 10 that I'll be using is I'm going to be basing it off of the percentage increase in stock value at key points in the cycle, such as the low from the previous few months, where the stock was a week before the big run up, where it was the day after, and how it stabilized. So please, now, put a couple stocks in the comment section, and I'll go through it for you. Thank you. On the European market in Germany, PROG was down 3.63%. Previous close at 1.91 euros. We opened at 1.94, had a high of 1.97, had a low of 1.86, and closed at 1.86 for $2.11 US. PROG was down 10%. Right out of the gate, fell from the open at 221 down to $2 pretty much immediately. And then there was strong level of support at $2 throughout the entire day. And there seemed to be a level of resistance that formed at about 207. So it just channeled back and forth between $2 and 207 all day. Now, had volume of 13.4 million. The SPY was up 1.4%. NASDAQ was up 1.4%. Usually PROG does follow the SPY and the NASDAQ, but not today because of the manipulation and the possible stock sell-off because of tax season. Options expiring December 31st. Only 9% of the calls are currently in the money, 91% out of the money. That's similar to the last couple weeks. Please don't play the weekly options. Pretty much you're just giving the money to the hedgies. The hedgies have a lot to gain if the closing price this week is less than $2. As here we are going to have, there are 156,000 calls and 139,000 puts then would be in the money. They are the largest seller of calls and the largest buyer of puts. They will continue to short the stock throughout the week, and because from August to October they shorted in the $1 to $2 range, then they could be looking to be able to recapture some of that because we haven't seen the $2 mark in quite some time. Now, does $2 seem like the real price for PROG? I don't think so. So let's look at the last major purchase by Ethereum. Okay, so we all know that on November 22nd, Progenity put out a prospectus saying that it's going to be selling shares up to $90 million worth. Now, 2 days later, here's an institutional ownership 13DG filing from the SEC that reported increase of 22.63 million shares for a total of 67 million for a branch of Ethereum. So the SEC filings for institutional ownership that was filed on November 26, just 4 days after the prospectus, reporting that Ethereum had a change to its ownership. Now, Ortex shows Ethereum Capital Management LP with an increase of 22.63 million shares. So that's $90 million divided by the 22.63 million shares is $3.97.7 on average. Now, taking a look at the price history here, on November 23rd, that's exactly where it would be, and there was enough volume there for that to occur. And even notice the difference between the volume and between November 23rd and 24th, then that's about 30 million. And so there's a significant drop off the next day. So I'm thinking it happened November 23rd. The price even is perfect for that. 399, 390, 7, 398, right? So taking a look at the price history, the price and volumes of November 22nd and 24th, specifically November 23rd, which by the way is my wife's birthday, support that enough volume was traded on those days at the same price levels. So we believe that the $90 million that was filed, shares filed on November 22nd, was immediately purchased by Ethereum on November 23rd for an average cost of pretty much $4. So, now Ethereum already was a major shareholder. They already owned like 60, 70 million shares. And they've purchased shares under various names. And we'll get more into this tomorrow. But just to be able to give you some thing to think about, like why is the price at $2? Especially since Ethereum, as recently as a month ago, added millions of shares to its position. Now let's think. Jeffrey Farrell is a part of Progenity's leadership team, and also on Ethereum's lead as well. Here's his bio on the Progenity website. Jeffrey A. Farrell is the founder of Ethereum and has substantial investment experience in life sciences sector across a wide range of asset classes and transaction services. He graduated with an AB in biochemical sciences from Harvard. Smart dude. He's been around the industry for decades. So we believe he has a pretty good idea of what he's doing. Do you think he'd invest another 90 million into Progenity on top of the 200 plus million that they already invested into Progenity at an average price of $4, like less than pretty much a month ago, if he didn't think it was worth it? So we think, yeah, he knows what he's doing. Like he's got, he's got a little bit of inside information, but they're declaring it to the SEC. And we feel that this short-term price action he's just letting it go by, knowing that the real catalysts are going to happen early in Q1 2022 to rectify everything. He's probably just, hopefully he's enjoying time with his family and he doesn't care about the Boxing Day sale that's going on. In fact, perhaps he's thinking, apes, get in there and get some while it's still cheap. Don't this is a deal. He would not have bought millions of dollars at $4 a month ago and then just let it drop to 2. I just don't think he would do that. This is why we believe that Ethereum is just letting things play out with the shorting, as the shorts artificially drive the price down. We feel that today's true price must be at least be over that $4 minimum that was the purchase price of their last 22 million shares that occurred just a month ago. To take a look at the Ortex data, short interest change went up by 2%. Board shares 1.64 million, return shares 1 million. The estimated current short interest is still at 22.5 million. The percent short interest of the free float is 21.49. There was new information that was released. Of course, we got blinders as a that we always have. Where's my scarf? Yeah, here we are. There's the retail investor, right? Not being able to see what the heck's going on. And so they give us little glimpses every so often. And so from the settlement date of December 15th, now being December 27th, they let us see that, and it was at 15.5 million. However, since then, they've been shorting it every day. Pretty much every day, this is going up by a couple million. So shares on loan is currently at 29 million. The percent free float on loan, 28%. The estimated short interest percent of free float, 21%. All these numbers are up from last week. Utilization is down to 95.84%. Cost to borrow is at 33%. So shorts could get caught after next catalyst is announced, and that would be wonderful. Take a look at Fintel. They're showing similar 15.5 million shares shorted, 1.36 days to cover. They're using a more recent volume number, which is lower. Short interest percent of the float, just about 15%. Dark pool short volume, 3.7 million. Dark pool short volume, 47%. That just shows you, like 47%. There's not much that goes through with industrials, with institutional buying. Ethereum has theirs. It's more than double what it should be. There's some funny business going on here. Short squeeze score, back on the leaderboard, top 100. There's 66 out of 5,400 companies at 85.32. Short shares availability, 550,000 were available at a rate of 26%. And when we take a look at the, I want to take a little bit of a look at this and a bigger look at it later. The float has 104.88. I don't know what happened with this 60.27. That's interesting. But that just seems like an error. But I won't worry about that. 24th, they weren't even open on the 24th. Anyway, so let's just take the top number that's been consistent all the way through. 104 million shares for the float. 179 million for the shares outstanding. And when we take a look at the number of shares that Ethereum has, Um, we'll take a closer look at the. I guess I could take a little bit of it here. All I'm going to do is just look at how crazy this is. Ethereum opportunities 7 million. Um, Ethereum Opportunities 2020 LP, another 4.5 million. Jeffrey Farrell, who owns it, basically 67 million. Ethereum Opportunities Associates, Co-Invest LCC. They make up a different name. They create a different company for every part of what they have, and so it's difficult to kind of pin down how much they have. But great work done by a fellow progger on the Reddit, who said that in essence, if you put all that together from the November 24th SEC filing for Ethereum, they'd have about 104 million shares in total. Well, that's the total float. Ethereum would have the total float, let alone the other institutional ownership is at least 10 million. Because when we take a look at owners, and we've got CVI Investments, they have 12 million. 10% of the company. Here's Vanguard with 500,000. Here's Vanguard with another 500,000, 300,000. Jane Street buying some, because they have to, perhaps pay it back, right? Susquehanna's got some. Ethereum Capital again, of course, but looking for a couple. Susquehanna's got. I mean, the hedge fund companies have to buy some to be able to get back. This is a big one. Neuberger Berman Group, they owns over 6 million alone, 6.5 million. Trade One Trading, that's call. But even Bergman. So take a look at Bergman, 6.5. Vanguard's down here with another million. And so very easy to say that there'd be at least another 10 million, if not more, for institutional ownership. Now they say that institutional ownership comprises only 57% of the entire float, so the rest being retail. Well, at minimum, retail would have at least 25 million, I would think. There's 10,000 on the Reddit board. Many people, because the share price, $2-3, as of late, it's like people are bulking. I know a lot of people bulking up. So let's just give it a conservative 25 million. Well, 25 plus 10 plus 104, plus there's 29 million borrowed and 23 million shorted. Like, from where? Where are they shorting this from? So these totals are up around like 162 million minimum, and that's 150% of the float. So, and the very simple math saying that Ethereum has 104 million. That's the number of shares in the available float. So there's something wrong here. There's synthetics. There's a lot of synthetics going through here. So just something to think about as you're perhaps wondering, do I get rid of this at $2 or not? For me, no. They've got a lot of prospects down the pipeline, and there's a lot of shenanigans going on. So for today's price action, yes, it was down 10%. I'm treating it as a Boxing Day special, and it's likely it's going to be on all week, unfortunately. But January will be going up. Ortex and Fintel short squeeze data saw PROG back on the leaderboard, 64th out of 5,000. Ethereum's last purchase was likely 22.63 million on and around November 22nd to 24th for approximately $3.97 a share. Ethereum owns a majority of the free float. They're not going to let the price go down like this unless they knew they would be able to recover from it. There's probably a deal made already with a non-disclosure that they can't say anything about. This would make current prices artificially low. And it's kind of like having, I was thinking about it, it's kind of like having a pro player on your pickup team. And they're either sitting on the bench or they're playing, but they're not playing to their potential. And it's like your team's losing. But as soon as they want to, they can hop on and score a ton of goals or bunch of buckets, or throw a bunch of touchdown passes, whatever, and they can turn it on, I believe, anytime they want to. But right now they want it low, so it's going to be low. Okay, I'll hang in with that. I'll buy more, no problem. Hedges continue to short, and investors could be selling off for tax reasons this week. And options, we see that again, but now they're going to try for under $2. And our price target for this week, and it pains me to say, is somewhere from 150 to 215. Because I believe the tax season has something to do with it. I believe the hedgies are going to try and get some of their earlier shares back. And I don't think any news is coming out this week from press releases for catalyst for Progenity. So it's going to be there till the end of the week, and I believe after next week, once January starts, then we're going to start seeing it go up. Now, we really want your votes for top 10 meme stocks for the year 2021. We want you to tell us how you would define a meme stock. What does a meme stock mean to you? Please put it in the comments. And PROG's looking very good long term, and not financial advice. And thank you guys so much. Sorry about not being able to clip here and there and brush things up, but I just wanted to get something out to you. And hope you're keeping well. Take care. Bye-bye.